Hey, this is Lacey, your Las Vegas gal. I am going live to you today from my fixer-upper house. It's kind of a hot mess behind me because we are in the process of renovating this beauty and making it livable and also available for rent in about a year. So stay tuned for that. We're uploading all kinds of videos. Today is kind of a take two / redo of a recent video that I did a couple days ago about things you should know about moving to Las Vegas or Henderson. So I did it from my office, which I don't know what I was thinking. It has notoriously horrible Wi-Fi. And I left the video up because there are some good nuggets of information in there, but inevitably because of the horrible Wi-Fi, every time the Wi-Fi would drop, it would speed up what I was saying. So it sounds like I'm on some sort of drug and made it really difficult to hear the real message. So thought I'd take two, give it a shot today and give you 5 things you should know about before moving to Las Vegas or Henderson. So I've got some notes here. I'm going to pull them up. So I talked a little bit about this in the video the other day, but I wanted to kind of reiterate it and really go in depth. Community. So a lot of people decide to move to Las Vegas and they think they're going to move here and it's going to feel just like it did when they lived in another state. You know, oh, once I get settled, I'll meet who my neighbors are. It'll be really easy to make friends and off to the races I go. That's just not how Las Vegas works. And I'm saying that with love and honor for this city because I want you to come knowing what to expect. When you come to Vegas, we do have a beautiful community here of awesome, intelligent, very eclectic people who are comprising our little city. And it's not easy to meet new people here unless you really step outside of the box. It's also not a built-in thing. So just because you move into a neighborhood doesn't mean your neighbors are going to be your buddies. Just because you go to school at a certain school doesn't mean your classmates are going to be your buddies. Vegas is very transitional. A lot of people come in and out of town very, very quickly. Some people come here, don't give it enough time, and then bounce. And the real factor that most people do not take into consideration is that a lot of people work really freaking weird schedules and weird hours here in Las Vegas. So we're a casino town. We are built around casinos. We are totally all about, I got my phone going off. I don't know what's going on over here. We're totally all about the casino life here in Vegas and entertainment. And so for us, it's super duper important that, those jobs are filled. And what that means is people work weird ass hours like graveyard shift and crazy, crazy hours like 5 p.m. to 3 a.m. and stuff like that. Now that's crazy to you, but it's really normal for us here in Las Vegas. So because of that, when you're coming to work, if you work a 9 to 5, you've got the weekends off, you're coming home at the time that your buddy next door might be going to work. So you might give the high signal on the way in and the way out, but that's about it. So it's really kind of difficult unless you're putting yourself out there and you're really pushing to find a community to work with and to meet with and to kind of build a creative relationship with. It really makes it hard. So you've got to step outside the box when you're creating your community here in Vegas. You've got to be open to meeting all kinds of cool and new, amazing people in weird and unique ways. I'll give you a little bit of a warning, because I've seen it happen 100,000 times, is some people move here and they're here for the service industry, which is great. Service industry is what is the backbone really of this city. And the problem is that they get a little bit wrapped up in the nightlife here in Vegas, which is easy to do, right? When you come to Vegas because you love it and you want to move here because when you come, every time you come, you stay up all night, you go all out and party. The problem that I see, though, is a lot of people move here wanting to actually build a life, but not realizing that there is life off of the strip. So my encouragement to you would be get out of the box and step out of where you would normally meet people or normally expect to meet people and try to go meet friends and connect with people through meetups, through events, through your church, through whatever, kids sporting events, schools, things like that. There's also some really awesome places downtown that encourages community meetings and encourages people to kind of connect with one another who maybe wouldn't have met. There's markets, there's farmers markets, there's all kinds of cool stuff. So step outside of the box and really start talking to people, letting them know you're new. Don't get wrapped up in the nightlife. So even if you're in the industry and you work crazy hours, graveyard, midnight to 8 a.m., you're sleeping most of the day, make an effort to not hang with only the people that you work with, and make an effort to, even though you have weird hours and you aren't maybe used to keeping those weird hours, make an effort to try to fill your time when you're not sleeping with normal or non-strip activities. Because I think it'll help you balance working in the nightlife or working in the entertainment industry and then kind of building a normal life, normal for Las Vegas outside of that. So I hope that makes sense. Community is really important to me, and it's really important that you come knowing what to expect so that you're not let down and then you bounce and then we don't get a chance to really make you fall in love with living here. Talked about this the other day in this video, but again, I want to touch on it. So many people look at the Las Vegas Valley map, the aerial map of Las Vegas, and they assume that it's massive and huge. And a lot of people who reach out to me say, I don't want to live near the Strip, or I do want to live near the Strip, or I want to make sure I'm close to the airport. And I'm just here to tell you, like, everything in Las Vegas is close. Everything. You are not going to drive more than 20 minutes, and that's literally from Henderson to Summerlin, or Summerlin to Henderson, or even the northwest of town to Henderson, and be in the car more than 20 minutes unless there's a slight bit of traffic. Vegas is super small. So when people reach out to me and say, what are the best neighborhoods and where should I live? I have a really hard time answering that question because there's so many amazing little pockets of goodness and gems here in the city, and it's hard to tell you which one's the best. It's all got to be based around your lifestyle and what you're into. And the reality too is, when you're worried about the drive, a lot of people who are used to commute communities, like on the East Coast, they call me and say, I don't want my commute to be longer than an hour. And I'm like, well, you would literally be outside of Las Vegas in an hour. So you don't have to worry about that. So if you're coming from a commute city, Jersey, New York, anything on the East Coast, near Washington, D.C., things like that, do not come with the expectation that there is anything of any sort related to a commute here. It's just not how we're built. The infrastructure that the city has put in place, we have freeways that wrap around the entire city and some that cut straight through. There are side streets galore. It is so easy to get around Las Vegas. Yeah, we have a little bit of traffic here and there. I did a little video yesterday talking a little bit more about that. But honestly, there is no commute. Just figure out the area of town that serves your lifestyle the best, whether you're outdoorsy or you're more of a foodie or whatever. And I can help you with that. And then go all in, because you're going to be super happy to see that most things are within 8 to 15 minutes from the Strip, maybe 20. Most people live within 8 to 25 minutes from the airport. It's all super relative and super close. So I'm excited to share that with you today. Okay, let's talk about the weather. Okay. Yes, Vegas is hot. Yes, it goes over 100 degrees. And some people are turned off by that because they are from places where it's super humid, and they're not used to dealing with the crazy, wet, sticky, nasty. They're not used to dealing with dry. They're used to dealing with the wet, sticky, nasty feeling. The reality is that Vegas is a dry heat. What does that even mean? I know I've had a hard time understanding it my whole life because I didn't know any different until I did. Until I traveled to Cancun or to Florida during the summer, I realized, we kind of got it good out here. Dry heat versus wet heat, from my own personal experience, is far better end of the stick. The wet heat, as you know, if you already live in a place that has that humidity, is very sticky. It makes you feel like you're just dirty and grimy, and it weighs on you. It almost is like a blanket, like on top of your body. The dry heat just kind of feels like you are a turkey cooking for Thanksgiving dinner in the oven. It sizzles. It's got a little sizzle on that skin. So I would encourage you to, if you're thinking of moving here, to take a trip during the summer, July, August, make it the hottest possible time of year so you can get a real flavor for it. People who live here learn very quickly that you have to figure out how to avoid the heat during the hottest part of the days, if at all possible. So a couple of tips for you. Go out early in the morning to walk your dog, and take your dog out late at night. Do not walk your dog during the day. Their little paws will burn. I've seen it. It's sad. Or if you're going to walk them during the day because you have no other choice and that's when you have the time, put baby socks on their paws. Little local tip for you there. Little baby socks, they stick to their little paws and they walk, and they don't burn their little feet. But it's really a scary thing. So be careful. Take care of your pets. So as another tip, air conditioning is your friend. A lot of people reach out and ask me, hey, can you help me find a place I want to buy a house, but AC, general AC, or I don't even know what it's called. Like HVAC is a must. And I'm like, yeah, of course it's a must. Like every place in Las Vegas, I don't think I know one place in Las Vegas that does not have central AC. So yeah, so you're good. You're covered. Vegas is built for this heat. Something that people don't seem to understand is how hot your car seats can get. So I always joke, and I think I'm going to have some made with my logo. The first purchase you should make when you come to Las Vegas is not a place to live. It's a sun visor for the front windshield and even the side windshield or side windows of your car, because it is no joke. I have burned the back of my legs more times than I would like to admit because, oh, sorry guys, my phone's going crazy and I don't know how to turn it off. But more times than I would like to admit, because of the fact that I did not have my sun visor up. It's bad, like real bad. Bring the sun visor with you, buy one, call me. I'll see if I can give you one with my logo, whatever it is, make it happen. You do not want to burn your booty or your legs because it's a real deal. I've actually had blisters from it. It's not cute. Do not put your dogs in the car either and leave them in the car. That's another little tip for you. Okay, so it definitely gets hot. The other thing I would say is some people joked with me recently and said, is it true you have to have oven mitts to open your car? I mean, if you park directly in the sun, yeah, it could burn your hand. And also something that you'll notice when you move here is a lot of the businesses, like the handle when you're going into the business is covered with like a neoprene or even like foams because they don't want people to burn their hands coming in. It's legit. It gets really hot here, but dry heat's better than anything else. I'm just letting you know. The other thing too is we actually have seasons here. So many people think it's either hot or warm. No, it absolutely gets cold. This last winter, we had 7 inches of snow. We actually got snow here. We've gotten snow here before. We do get rain periodically throughout the year. We've had a lot this year, actually. It does get dreary. It does get chilly. It's windy. I mean, like we have a normal city with normal weather. The problem is really Mother Nature just doesn't know what to do with us ever. So from one minute to the next, if it's raining, pouring in the morning, the minute it stops raining, it will be completely dry and you will not know it rained 15 minutes later. Just how Vegas rolls because it dries right up and it soaks down into the ground. If it snows, a little bit different, and during the winter it definitely gets cold. But you can it's not cold that you need a parka, but you definitely could use a nice jacket. So do not come with the misconception that it's going to be warm and hot. Do not throw out your winter coat. Do not leave your galoshes or your umbrellas at home. You will still need them if you move to Las Vegas. I want to talk a little bit about the fact that Las Vegas is a big town. Or a big city and a small town, I should say. So small town, big city. Reputation matters here in Las Vegas, especially if you're trying to get a job in the casino business or in the hospitality industry, really anywhere, to be honest with you. But when you live in Las Vegas, you know, a lot of people assume there's 2 million, 2.1 million people here, whatever the new number is, and that, you know, their actions won't matter. But I'm going to tell you right now, everybody knows everybody in Las Vegas. And if they don't know you directly, they're going to know your mom, your sister, your cousin, your friend. Everybody knows everybody. Very small town in a big city. So do not come wearing your Las Vegas wardrobe and putting your Superman shirt underneath your wardrobe and thinking you're going to live the high life here in Vegas and it's not going to catch up with you. It will. Come and respect the fact that this is a real place to live. This is a real city. And yes, you should have fun. Yes, you should enjoy the Strip. Don't get caught up in gambling every day. You'll be gone in 5 minutes. Don't get caught up in the crazy nightlife. Just enjoy it and dip back and go back to the normal side of living in Vegas. But it's a regular city, guys. Come and respect that and enjoy that. But just know that you may be starting over in Vegas, which a lot of people think they're going to do, and that's awesome. I encourage it. But don't start over thinking you're going to leave your problems behind you. Vegas remembers. Vegas sees what happens. Vegas knows what's going on, and your reputation will follow, especially in the hospitality industry. My dogs are barking. They wanted to say hi. Hello, Bingo and Baxter. Something you may not know if you've never been to Vegas is that Las Vegas has gambling opportunities everywhere. Now, if you've been to Vegas, you've already figured this out, that at the airport, there's gambling, there's slot machines, and pretty much all the little small places along the Strip that's available too. But a lot of people don't realize that most of our grocery stores are open 24 hours, and almost all of them have slot machines inside them. There's like a little area for gambling in the grocery store. Same thing for our 7-Elevens and our corner markets where you can get gas stations, slot machines, baby. This is Vegas. This is how we do. Really what's going on is that, it's a great stream of revenue. I mean, why would you not have a slot machine if you know someone might sit down and just keep throwing money in that they know is probably never going to come back, right? So just be aware that, a lot of people weren't aware that most stores, most of the most like Smith's and all of our like, I don't know what they're called in other cities, Rallies, something like that, Albertson, Smith's, Lucky's, all of those stores elsewhere have a version of that here, all of our grocery stores. And most of them are open 24 hours, which is really, really cool and very convenient. The reason that is, guys, is, again, as I mentioned in the beginning, a lot of people work real weird hours. So if they can't go shopping for groceries at 3 in the morning, they may not get groceries. So Vegas caters to that. I have seen over the last few years some transition into that some days of the week they're open 24 hours and other days they're not. It just depends on the side of town you live on. But that's my favorite part. And also the most frustrating thing for me when I travel to other cities is, why is your grocery store not open? It's 12 o'clock at night. Why can't we pop over and get a bottle of wine? Doesn't work. Also, a lot of people don't know this, but, this is foreign to me because I grew up here, but Vegas, CVS at, I don't know if CVS, Walgreens, at the corner markets, the gas stations, and our grocery stores, they all sell every kind of liquor, hard liquor, wine, beer, you name it, they sell it. So I guess in other cities, again, I'm very ignorant when it comes to this, that I know in certain states you can only buy on certain days and things like that, but I didn't realize you couldn't buy a full plethora of liquor because of liquor laws in other states. So another reason that Vegas is amazing is you can stock up that liquor cabinet and throw a badass party anytime you want, and the stores are going to be there to support that, which is really fun. Lastly, I just want to give a couple of tips. That's my 5 things. So let me just review first. Sorry. Community, super important. You got to build it on your own. You got to be super, focused on it and step outside of the box. Everything is close. So stop worrying about your commute and just focus on the areas that are going to serve your lifestyle. The weather, it gets hot. Yeah, but we also have other seasons. And the fact that it's a big city, small town feel. So be careful what you do, and be careful with how you're treating people when you come. Make sure that you are coming ready to live your best Las Vegas life, not your craziest and wildest. And the grocery stores and gas stations all are equipped with slot machines and give you a chance to get a little gamble and maybe a little win anytime you want. And they serve liquor. So that's awesome. I wanted to touch before I finish, because those are my 5 tips. If you're thinking about moving to Vegas, a couple things to keep in mind, and I'm going to do some full-fledged videos about this, and I've done some already with my friend over at Jacob's Life in Vegas. But if you're thinking about renting a house here or even buying a house here, it's really, really important that you start a conversation with someone like myself or someone that you trust who is a real estate professional who can guide you through the process. So this isn't my pitch. I don't care who you use. I would love it if you called me, but it's up to you. But the reality is the rental market here is extremely difficult to break into because of especially if you're from afar, because of the fact that we have a rental shortage. So we don't have enough houses. So what's happening is it's hitting the market. There's like 50 apps on it in 5 minutes, and then the house is gone before you even have a chance to walk through the door. So if you're looking for a rental is not something I spend a lot of time on, and no real estate professional is going to tell you, yay, I'm excited to show you a rental, because there's really no opportunity to make money with it. And the amount of work that goes into it is pretty exponential. But if you need advice, feel free to send me a message. I'm happy to guide you as best I can. If you're looking to spend under $1,200 a month, I'm just going to tell you right now, I would highly recommend that you look at just renting an apartment or a condo. It's going to make your life so much easier, because any of the homes that are in that under $1,200 a month range are going to be in an area that's maybe a little bit less desirable, or they're going to be gone before you even have a chance to tell me that you're interested. So anything of 12-ish, 100 and less, just go to apartments.com or Zillow or whatever and try to find some apartment information, and then reach out to me, Lacey, L-A-C-I, at LasVegasGal.com, and let me know that you're applying to a couple apartments and I'm happy to give you some feedback on what I know and help guide you. If you want to buy a house, please call me. There's actually in the link below, I've created a form. You can fill it out. It'll send directly to me. I'll respond to you very quickly. If you want to buy a house when you get here, it's important to start talking about doing that now, because if you're looking to get a loan, you have to go through a bunch of things and make sure that you have some paperwork in place showing that you are going to be living here, that you do have a job, you have steady income, all those things. But there's a bunch of conversation that would need to happen. But there's a lot of opportunity here. There's also a lot of brand new homes that you can build while you're living elsewhere and then move into when it's finished. So it gives you that long lead to really get involved. So call me, click the link below, fill it out. I'd be happy to help you. Otherwise, I had to do a live stream from my computer today from my awesome Fixer Upper house, because they just changed the rules. You have to have 1,000 subscribers in order to do a mobile stream. So I couldn't take you to a park. Hope it's okay, but I'm almost to 1,000 subscribers. I'm at like 815. So if you're liking what I'm doing, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, comment below, tell me what you like, tell me what you don't like. Share this channel with your friends. Tell everybody you know who likes Las Vegas or is thinking about even learning more or visiting or anything to check out Las Vegas Gal, youtube.com/Las Vegas Gal. Share my channel. I appreciate everything you guys are doing. I'm getting tons of messages from you. It's really humbling to see that so many people out there love Las Vegas like I do. And my mission every single day is to just help you learn how to live your best Las Vegas life. So if I'm doing that with my content, please comment below and let me know. And if you want to follow my daily stories where I do some really fun stuff and I get to meet with local businesses and, take you around my Las Vegas town, show you how to do it, follow me on Instagram, instagram.com/Las Vegas Gal, or just at Las Vegas Gal. And otherwise, I guess that's it. I'm going to hop off and try to get some work done and figure out how to run this computer better so you don't have to hear all these beeps. Have a great day. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll talk to you soon.